You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. And joining us right now is Donna Harris. She is the founder of Builders and Backers, an organization that helps entrepreneurs. Donna, what are you finding out when it comes to women-owned businesses? What's preventing them from accessing these dollars?
Yeah, I was just listening to you talk about some of the structural challenges, and that's exactly where we are with women as well. It doesn't appear as there is blatant discrimination, but it definitely does show up that all of the structural reasons that women get less funding than men are still present in the way the PPP program is being executed. The study we put out last week highlights some of the challenges that the women in our nationwide survey had in accessing funding, getting their foot in the door to even apply for funding, and the varying success that they had depending on which bank they chose to go through. There were all sorts of challenges sort of at every step in the process.
Well, look, I mean, we've heard that from black businesses. We've seen the study that showed 95% of black businesses will not get a PPP loan. Same thing with Latinos and others. And so what are you, though, how are you walking your folks through that process, these women-owned businesses? Because, look, the reality is it's hard to navigate this here. People are not, there are certain things that there are a lot of some businesses that don't use payroll services companies. If you have a payroll service company, it's a lot easier because they've already have all the documentation. And so so we know there's a problem. So we know there's a problem. What are y'all laying out as a solution to help these women-owned businesses?
Sure. Yeah, so there's a couple things. One is that we laid out a number of pieces of advice in the report. The evidence from our survey showed that the women who succeeded, one of the characteristics that they had was definitely a level of scrappiness. They tended to apply at multiple banks. They tended not to rely on the big banks. The success rate was dramatically higher from smaller community banks where you could actually get someone on the phone. Our women in our survey had a three times more likelihood of succeeding if they went with a small bank as opposed to a big bank. And then they were working their relationships. So getting on LinkedIn, working their contacts, figuring out who they know, who they knew, who could help them figure out how to get their application moved through the process. And so, I think ultimately it does come down to you have to apply. You have to be persistent in applying. We had a lot of women in our survey who just plain gave up. 25% of them never even got their foot in the door because the process was difficult. They didn't know if they qualified. There was confusion as to whether sole proprietors could qualify or not, whether if you had to be an existing client or not. And that's just shameful. You think about the over $1 trillion of revenue that women-owned businesses generate. 25% of that is at risk of failing because they couldn't even get their foot in the door in the program. And some of that is programmatic and structural in nature, but some of it's also just the persistence to get in there and keep at it. And it's a lousy process. It's a lousy process for everyone. We're trying to cram how many billions of dollars through the system in a couple of weeks. The system is naturally going to favor people who are willing to roll up their sleeves and work 24/7 if you have to go figure out who you can go get a loan with. And then there are lots of organizations like we partnered with Her Corner and Hello Alice and Springboard Enterprises and a handful of other organizations who are literally taking calls from women saying, okay, what do you need? How do we help you? You tried Bank A. Let's get you to Bank B. We've hand-walked women into different banks to help them sort of get through the funding gaps. But if you don't apply, you're not being scrappy enough to stick with it through the lousy process. And if you're not willing to ask for help when you run into the roadblocks, the odds of you getting a loan decrease significantly. So to some degree, we've got to sort of pull ourselves up by the bootstraps here and go after it. And we're meeting tomorrow with some people from the SBA and a number of other organizations to sort of talk about what we might do structurally with the program and with the money that's left or any future rounds of money. But, right now there's money to be had and people need to go figure out how to go get it, go make it happen, figure out who they need to call to help them, including the organizations that were part of this study. We're all here willing to help women who are saying, hey, I applied, I still haven't been able to get a hold of someone, I haven't been able to get through the application process, pick up the phone and let us know. We'll try to help you.
All right, Donna Harris, we certainly appreciate it. Thank you so very much.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Every single night, we've got some of the top black experts. You're not going to see them on cable news or broadcast news because you swear black people aren't experts when it comes to this health crisis. That's why we have this show and why we do what we do every day on Roland Martin Unfiltered. Joining us right now is retired General Russell Honoré, the nation's first black Surgeon General, Dr. Joycelyn Elders. John Hope Bryant, he's the founder of Operation Hope. Senator Kamala Harris of California, Dr. Sadrina Calder, retired General Lloyd Austin, Congresswoman Karen Bass, Commissioner Omari Hardick, Bureau President in Brooklyn, Eric Adams, Dr. Joseph Graves, America's Wealth Coach, Deborah Owens, Dr. Corey Abear, Patel Salt, Howard University student, Pastor Jamal Bryant, Dr. KRISTY McDowell, Benja Ajilore, senior economist at the Center for American Progress, Gilda Daniels, again, author of the book, The Crisis of Voter Suppression in America. 4 stars, General Kip Ward. Dr. Oliver Brooks is president of the National Medical Association, president of the American Medical Association, Dr. Patrice Harris. Joby Benjamin, Dr. Alexia Gaffney, infectious disease specialist, Dr. Georges Benjamin, executive director of the American Public Health Association, Malcolm Nance, family medicine physician, Dr. Jen Caudle, Dr. TSHAKA Cunningham, a molecular biologist, Kat Stafford. She's a national race and ethnicity reporter for the Associated Press. Dr. Wayne A.I. Frederick, who is the president of Howard University, Congresswoman Yvette Clarke from the state of New York, William Spriggs, AFL-CIO economist, Andrea James, executive director of the National Council for Incarcerated and Formerly Incarcerated Women and Girls. All right, let's go to Capitol Hill. Congressman Gregory Meeks, Congresswoman Eddie Bernice Johnson of Texas, Congresswoman Barbara Lee, Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar, mental health clinician Jamie Singletary, Prince George's County State's Attorney Aisha Brayboy, as well as Dylan HAYRE, ACLU Justice Division strategist. Dr. Cindy Duke, she's a virologist. Principal Steve Perry of Capitol Prep. Health and wellness specialist Dr. Yolandra Hancock. Desmond Meade, president of the Florida Rights Restoration Coalition. Cliff Albright, who is the co-founder of Black Voters Matter. Michael Harriet with The Root. The Mina McWhorter, founder of Love by the Hand. Dr. Julianne Malveaux, economist, president, Emerita Bennett College. Coroner Michael Fowler is the mayor of Atlanta. Keisha Lance Bottoms, mental health therapist Suzette Clark. Justin Giboney, attorney and political strategist, and Bishop Vincent Matthews Jr. Dr. Suzette McKinney, CEO and executive director of the Illinois Medical District. Dr. Leon McDougall, president-elect of the National Medical Association. Jana Bailey, mayor of Moss Point, Mississippi, Mario King. We're going to keep driving this thing to make sure our people are fully aware, safe, protected from coronavirus. You're getting the top medical experts, the top business experts, top political experts, top religious experts, because that's why we do what we do. Unapologetically and unfiltered. Ain't nobody else in the black media space doing what we do. Watch Roland Martin Unfiltered daily at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope, or go to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com.